When the Ego Takes Over by Inelia Benz from Ascension1on1.com. Ascension is the expansion of awareness, and ego, if it takes over, will shrink one's awareness. How can we tell if the ego is taking over? There are signs. We become judgmental, we make others wrong, we become someone's victim, we get hurt, and we hurt others. Ego is a necessary body for existence on Earth, and this article is not about getting rid of it, killing it, or anything of the sort, but it's about not letting it take it over of our existence. A few examples of ego taking over. Recently, a friend of mine had a bad fall in his journey of discovery. He felt that he had to find his own truth and lead others to it. The details are personal, so I won't go into them. However, I do want to mention this particular case because it's something that will happen to most of us. Basically, what happens is that we get too wrapped up in our own importance. Especially so if our calling is one of leadership, education, or dissemination, as was the case with my friend. The call to lead can be very powerful and does have with it power. Power is the ability to do. The person with power has the ability to do what they want. This is a positive thing. Power in the realm of the spiritual or enlightenment has with it great responsibility. Responsibility is the ability to respond, which in turn is power. With this being the age of awakening, people are hungry for leadership of the soul. This, of course, is a contradiction in terms. People who look for leadership are simply looking in the wrong place. The whole thing about enlightenment and ascension is that the person does not look outside of themselves, does not ask others to provide answers. I'm not saying that a person should not seek wisdom of past and present masters. On the contrary, the more the person exposes himself or herself to the wisdom of the ages, the better. However, at the end of the day, the person will need to look at their inner self and experience their completeness within. He or she will need to find what is true for him or her. My friend fell big time. He contacted me looking for answers, wondering what was happening, why this has happened to him. My answer? Look inward. Stay heart-centered and quiet the mind. He felt bad that he let people in his truth, which turned out to be nothing but egotistical rumblings. There is no need to feel bad. People are divine beings, each and every one. If one or more of these divine beings decides to follow another person in their spiritual growth, there is a connection there and lessons to be learned. There are no victims in life. And you know what? Most people will not have even realized they are making a mistake. Most people go ahead and live their truth and disregard other people's truth for the rest of their life. He did not. Signs that the ego is taking over. We make others wrong. You are wrong about that. It doesn't work that way. No, that's not at it at all. If you do that, you are a fool. No, you have not had a good life. You had a shitty life, a horrifying life, a life full of hardship. That's not a good life. I heard someone say this in a conversation. When we make others wrong, we shrink their being. It is a way we cut them down and destroy them. Make someone wrong enough times and they will become depressed or worse. Our feelings get hurt. Recently, I traveled several thousand miles to spend some time to get to know someone better. This lady is someone I admire and have great affection for. When I got there, well, after a couple of hours, she basically let me know she did not want me in her space, mind, thoughts, or feelings. It was honest, but the truth is it hurt like hell. Here I was, open wide to receive her, spent hundreds of dollars to be there, traveled several hours to be there, and allowing her to be in my space, my thoughts, and my heart, and she comes out with this, and really, this is someone I don't really know. It is our ego that expects to be expected, accepted, welcomed, and loved. It is our ego that looks for validation, approval, and admiration. It is our ego that expects to find something out there in another person that we should be looking for inside ourselves. When we do this, we give away too much power. Don't give away your power and don't get so attached to your own truth that you can't see other people's truth, which are just as valid. But don't push others away to protect yourself. We are here to interact, to communicate, to experience closeness, friendship, love, connection. Anything that shrinks our awareness due to judgment, hurt feelings, accommodating others rather than being ourselves, second guessing ourselves, making others wrong, feeling important, and more is most likely the ego taking over. Strive for humbleness, openness of spirit, make yourself vulnerable, and allow life to teach you to grow. Expand and ascend to your next level of awareness. Never become so invulnerable that no one can hurt your feelings or show you where you need to work in order to expand even more.